Hello good people from the internet. Today in this video I'm going to discuss, as it's my habit, the way in which the video for the song You Little Beep by Flat Society was conceived. You little shit. Okay, but firstly the first thing that comes to mind is that I'm very first surprised and second happy about the fact that I tend to have a perfect separation of function between the different things that I do. I mean, this song, as I explained in its moment in the behind the song video, was about some certain random guy who did me wrong in one occasion. I used him as the bullseye for my anger, and the song is about him just out of random, as it could have been about any other asshole that comes to you randomly in life. But when the time came to do the video, perhaps because it takes me some time to move from project to project, that idea was totally out of my mind. I approached the project just as if I was a different person, as if I was a videographer who was commissioned the task of making a video about a certain material. My intent was never to make a video again one more time about this asshole guy who treated me wrong. I just took the music as a given, as an objectified thing already, and with my videographer hat on, I started to see, okay, what can I do about it? What concerns of mine, what powerful images I can connect to this piece of music. So what came to me in this case was making us a bit of a commentary on, let's call it, the cell phone culture we're living in. I saw it coming. I consider myself a fortunate person in the fact that I've lived with full consciousness during the pre-internet times, and I've seen this thing grow and flood everything, and it's now taken too seriously. People live like jailed in digital systems created by computer engineers, and most of the people don't even question these facts. In the so-called social media, which is an excellent marketing move to make these things appealing, you are allowed to say things in a way of expression that is deliberately dumbed down. You can like or dislike, which is a level of thought of a 3-year-old kid, and that's it. And then they say it as it's social, it's a way of expressing, it's a way of connecting, it's a way of sharing, and it's a mockery of all those aforementioned things. So that's my commentary about it. This media make a mockery of human thoughts and human emotion, allow no nuance, and they are built the way they are, not in favor of helping the user getting expressed, but at the service of system designers and, of course, advertisement dealers. Like and dislike are just ones and zeros in their system, in their machines, that they can take to and fro through a cable at high speeds and charge money for that. This is not about expression, it's about putting people in a jail without them even knowing so. So this is what I call the cell phone culture, the so-called social media, which are also built upon a system of intermittent reinforcement that it's very basic psychological tricks in which you get rewarded now and then, and that way it creates an addiction. It's the same system that it's created, for example, for gambling. Another of my criticisms that I try to incorporate to this video is how it is also a very fleeting, superficial world. It's a world that, in a way, you plug out the electricity socket and it no longer exists, so it allows a lot of gaslighting. And nothing has real transcendence. Generally things just come, cause unease to someone, and then disappear without any consequences for the others. So these are my main problems with what I call the cell phone culture. It's not only cell phone, tablets, laptops, etc. It's this craze of being connected just to interchange silly mockeries of human expression, likes and dislikes, between quote unquote. So the symbol, as this is a video and I had to find some kind of visual symbol to express all this mess, what I came out with was this character, which as I was making the video I came to call him Mobilio, which is an animated cell phone with a titillating thumb that goes up and down only, has only two positions. He's always angry and he processes everything that is thrown at it in the same way, just devours it, destroys it, and produces a little fart that lasts a couple of seconds, and that's it. Whatever you throw at it, that's my experience of this media. So the influence for this little plot of the animated movie, I think it must have been the Godzilla movies, which I haven't seen. I have only the prototypical idea you get from advertisements and spoofs, and similar disaster movies, I guess. Then for the news report part, where I appear as the anchor, the premise I set for myself was to always be angry and very tense and never showing a smile during the whole video. It's like a mockery of news outlets, which usually they have to sell news every day, so every day is the big crisis, every day is something horrible I've never seen before, and of course only bad news, because bad news is what sells. No one wants to hear good news, it seems. I'm thinking the possible influence for this video could have been Public Enemy No. 1 by Megadeth, where Dave Mustaine also appears as a news anchor. You will have noticed if you follow these videos that I mentioned Megadeth a lot. It used to be my favorite band, probably until 2009. For me, the last album they launched that made any sense was Endgame. It has a very appropriate name. And in fact, this one, Public Enemy No. 1, is for the following album that for me it was called 13, and for me it was like a fans only kind of thing. The album is a mishmash of things, of B-sides from singles, music from video games, and Mustaine took pride in the fact that he had recorded the whole thing in 1 month. So anyways, probably that the images from the video were in my subconscious when I started to draw the storyboards for this video. Well, the whole plot is silly and self-explanatory. I'm happy about some ideas, like the camera at the warehouse where Mobilio goes and breaks in, and also those glasses that make him a mega Mobilio. And for the ending, I found this idea of that he meets somebody bigger and creepier, and I'm happy of the inspiration of making that nemesis a reptile-like, giving it a tail and reptile eyes. I think it makes it like, well, besides being hugely larger than Mobilio, I think it gives it like a weird additional creepy feeling. And then there's the final scene when Mobilio gets stomped, gets squashed by the other animated cell phone, and it took a lot of effort to synchronize with the "you little shit" with the final hit. I hope it came out well. Well, these are the basics of this video. There's really not much else to tell besides what's in the story, and in a way the video is like a joke, so when you explain too much a joke it can lose its charm, so I just leave it to you, and I hope you enjoy it. It took some effort to do. I don't have talent for drawing or that stuff, so all the elements in the video, in all my videos usually, come from taking somebody else's work and modifying it. I hope the result is convincing and you had a good time with it. Thank you for listening. Bye.